Space Store, and I'm your student's homeroom teacher this year. This is my 13th year at Hoover, and I also teach 6th grade science, and I also serve as Hoover's activities director for reward and recognition programs. I'm also the creator and video editor of most of the curriculum you'll see in homeroom this year, so homeroom is very near and dear to my heart. Homeroom happens every Monday for 25 minutes, and it's an important time when we build relationships and share school-wide information. So at Hoover, we practice PBIS, and that stands for Positive Behavior Interventions and Supports. PBIS is a research-based approach to helping make schools safe, predictable, and positive for students. As a PBIS school, we believe that we have to teach students how to behave and then reinforce those behaviors. At Hoover, we rise. We respect self and others, we impact community, we strive for excellence, and we embrace diversity. These are important values we want students to practice and develop, not just to be better students at Hoover, but to develop into adults that make positive contributions to their community and society. So this means that in homeroom, we spend a fair amount of time teaching RISE expectations because they form the core of the Hoover experience. In addition to PBIS, we're working on integrating restorative practices into everything we do. I was one of the teachers who participated in the pilot of the restorative practices last year. Restorative practices are about helping students build relationships and helping students realize that relationships can be positively or negatively affected by behavior. So for example, your student will learn this year about affective statements and how to use affective statements to communicate. Affective statements help students to connect feelings to behaviors in order to express how someone else might be impacting them. So for example, if students are interrupting the WebEx by unmuting themselves, I would say, I feel frustrated when people unmute themselves and make noise because it makes it hard for everyone else on the call to hear. Using affective statements can help students to better communicate with adults and with other students. At Hoover, we believe in the power of relationships and community. The homeroom space is designed to allow students to check in once a week with an adult and their peers about how they're feeling. I'll be honest, this is the part in distance learning that is the hardest to do. Normally, my homeroom students and I, we sit in a giant circle called the community circle, and we're constantly passing around our talking object, our squishy ball, and students are answering questions about themselves or sharing how they feel about something that happened on campus or something that's happening in the world. So for example, last year we talked a lot about coronavirus worries, we talked about how students treat guest teachers, and we talked about how it feels to be teased or to be bullied. We also played a lot of Would You Rather. With digital learning so far, I've been able to do some whip arounds so that students are able to share what they've been frustrated with or what kind of technical issues they're struggling with in Canvas. I hope that we can find a way this year to make circles work virtually. Your student can help to make our virtual circle be complete by having their camera on so we can all see each other. It's so much easier to have a conversation and share things about ourselves when we can see each other. During homeroom, there will almost always be a video that is screened during homeroom class. It'll also be sent out in the evening to you at home. That means if there's any tech issues, students will be able to watch it again at home. We would really appreciate it if you, as the parent, would screen the video yourself and then have a hot talk with your child about what was in the video. Many of the videos will feature some guiding questions at the end to help you guide your conversation with your child. That extra reinforcement at home really will help to make your child more successful both at school and at home. As homeroom teacher, please reach out to me if you have any issues or concerns about your child. I can then reach out to all of your child's teachers to fill them in on what's going on. It's a lot easier to contact me, one person, than it is to reach out to the 6 or 7 different teachers your student has. Each Hoover teacher has between 20 to 22 homeroom students. So that means that we can become experts on our homeroom students, which is a lot easier than becoming an expert on the 150 students who pass through our class every day. So the homeroom teacher, that's me, is a really good person to contact because we can then reach out to all of the other teachers that your child has. In addition to reaching out to me, you can also reach out to the 6th grade counselor, who is Miss Dana. I can be reached by email, either emailing me through the Canvas interface or through my SJUSD email. And same goes with Miss Dana Fate. She can also be reached through Canvas or through her SJUSD account. So I hope you will reach out to me or to Miss Dana this year if you have any questions or concerns about your student. And I hope that we have a great year ahead, and I hope that we get to actually come back to the classroom and sit in a real-life community circle so I can get to better know your students and help them to grow into successful adults.